Morning guys, Scott from SE Landscaping on the last Saturday in January. It has been a bit of a rough month up here for weather, and it's not getting any better today. So I've come to a couple of schools that we've got to just do regular monthly visits on today, and the plan was to come and scratch over some beds at the entrance and also do a bit of edging and the last couple of bits of pruning. But if I spin you around, you'll see we've had a hard frost again, and it is supposed to be pretty cold all day. So unfortunately the ground won't be softening up today, so the beds and the edging will have to wait till next month, when hopefully it'll be a bit wetter or it will be a bit milder in the form of weather, so we can get that done. We'll probably carry that out during half term when the schools are off, although they're down to sort of very few people in the schools at the moment. We still don't like to come in during the day, so we do nights and weekends, and with the nights being dark, weekends are the ones at the moment. Good news is we've got a couple of bits of pruning left to do on the site, but what I'll do, I'll walk you around the site and just show you everything we do in the form of a school contract throughout the year, and then I'll just show you the bits that we're going to get on with today. So stay tuned guys. So this is the front of the house. This is all herbaceous plants that, like I say, I was going to scratch over these beds today, but unfortunately it's too hard. And then the hedge and other bits that we've had on previous videos, that's all pruned tidy, ready for spring. This area here is a work in progress. Hopefully we're going to be planting this up this year. It's just been a bare area since I came here, but I've got a couple of plans for it to tidy it up. And then coming into the sort of main garden, the footpaths have all been cleaned with my moss brush recently, all tidy in there. So we've just got a couple of bits of pruning here to do. This cordyline needs a bit of work, which I'll explain in a bit, and then a couple of bits of cornice and elder that need tidying up. So as we come round again, regular maintenance, boxing off grassed areas. This is a bit of a wildlife area for the kids where they play and encourage bugs and things with the stones and the piles of timber and stuff. Small willow area again that we just keep control of a couple of times a year. And then remember, this area was covered in heavy leaves recently in schoolyard, and this will be blown sort of through winter, but as well as that, if there's any rubbish on it when we come to cut the grass, we'll blow it off. School field, which we cut with our tractor and gangs. This gets 16 cuts a year, and then obviously these small bits here have to be cut with our smaller machine just to get round and then trimmed round. And then we've got a tree belt that, same again, in the school holidays we're going to come in and tidy this tree belt up. We do this once a year, and what we do is we just go around, snip off any low branches. But there's a couple of trees here that this was one of the skills that I picked up last year, that you can see there's some limbs here that are right out, that tree there, and it's only going to go one way once it gets weight on. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce it back to there so it allows it to grow again, but we're going to take all this overhang off, because if they snap, potentially they're going to hurt somebody. So that's something come the spring. We've got piles of branches here, but that's the same again. The children make these little bug sites around the school, which we'll leave. And then, like I say, we just keep entrances and paths clean, which we've already done these with our moss brush this year, so there's no slippy surfaces or anything, because the downside of areas like this with lots of trees is slippy surfaces, and you don't want children or parents falling over and potentially claiming. So this is an elder we pruned in November, and believe it or not, since November, even in the dormant season, it's put on all that growth. So they are high maintenance. It can grow sort of 8 foot a year, but like I say, you've got a foot of growth there in the winter in northern England, so that's how our weather's changing. So that's it, a few shrubs topped off and tidied up and blown out under the shrubs, because the worst thing you can do on jobs like this is blow things under shrubs, because what happens is the wind comes or little animals get in and they just come straight back out, and within a week these paths will be a mess again. So I advise anybody just to blow out under the shrubs, blow through the shrub areas, and like I say, it'll stop the build up of rubbish, and people will notice it if a couple of days after you've finished a job they come out and there's rubbish everywhere. So yeah, tidy job. So that's the first one out the way today, guys. But like I say, with the schools, the contracts we do on most of ours 22 visits. Now when pricing them, the best thing to do with schools, obviously schools, things are tight and they're on a budget. A lot of them will tell you how much they're paying. So from you walking in there, you can say, look, what budget are you working to? And most of them will tell you. And then you've got a rough idea of, can you beat it? And what I mean by can you beat it is, can you beat it providing a good service? Not, well, if I do this rough and this rough, just shoot around this quickly. They want a good service still. But what I tend to do is, if they do tell you the price, as you're walking around the site, just pick up on the things that haven't been done. So whereas we provide a full package, a lot of my competitors, they charge extra for the trees that I mentioned earlier to reduce them. Whereas we put that under routine pruning. Yes, it's going to take sort of half a day, but it's still in with the time that we've got planned in with how much money we get. So just as you go around the sites, just explain to the person, just say, well, that hasn't been done and we would do that, there wouldn't be an extra cost. And sometimes they'll come back to you and say, oh yes, they do that as an extra. So straight away in their mind now, they know that they're not paying extras. So you potentially could be slightly above the price they're currently paying because they know they're getting a full package, everything in, no extras. So that's just something to bear in mind when pricing the schools. Like I say, they are on a budget. It's something that they need down to the penny. They don't want any surprises really. Their priority is spend the money on education, and obviously the grounds need doing, but they don't want to be spending tens of thousands of pounds. So hope that helps and clears a few things up, guys. Like I say, they won't always tell you. Don't expect to go to 100 schools, and 100 schools will tell you. Some at the end of the day won't tell you, but then it's up to you to price it on your own without the guide. But with schools, you pretty much know how long something's going to take, and the grass and the shrubs, and you can work it out there. So hope the videos help, guys, and I'm off to the next one now. Just a routine tidy up, so there'll be no footage, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.